SFC fans react. I'm Shaun Middleton, and today, after the 0-0 draw at Burnley Turf Moor, the great battling performance, the 0-0 draw, and the attention turns to Sunderland versus Hull City from the Stadium of Light on Good Friday, live on Sky Sports. Goal feast at the Stadium of Light. The game has ended. Sunderland 4, Hull City 4. Sunderland obviously, Hull City took the lead, and then Sunderland equalised, and then they scored again to take it to 2-1. Then it was 2-2. At half time, you're thinking Tony Mowbray can sort the defence out, tighten up. Nothing really happened in the second half. Again, the defence was so wide open in the second half. Hull City made it 3-2, but then Sunderland got a penalty, and Diallo scored the penalty. And Diallo nearly saved it, but thankfully it went in and made it 3-3. But then Sunderland scored probably the best goal of the game, right from the back. A great footballing goal between Roberts, Diallo, then back to Diallo, and Diallo passed it to Clark on the far side. Clark put away the finish to make it 4-3. But then, as I come outside to set my equipment up, PR Ekwa has done a clumsy challenge in the box. He's given the referee the decision to make, and Hull City had a penalty, and they've converted the penalty. So it ended Sunderland 4, Hull City 4. A result which leaves Sunderland 6 points from the playoffs with 6 games to go. When Sunderland really need to win that game today. But there you go. It's ended 4-4. I just want to say a big thank you as well to Paul Roberts, who was the creator of the channel. But he, with obviously due to work commitments, he has handed the reins over to me now, so I will be in charge of the channel for the foreseeable, and I will be making decisions going forward. So a big thank you to Paul Roberts for handing the channel over, and all the things he's done for me in the past as well, all the help he's given me going forward. So thank you for Paul Roberts, and also thank you to Matthew Lead as well. Matthew obviously helped us in the past, and he's obviously got work commitments, so he can't help out going forward. So it will be just me now, a lone ranger, but I will be trying to get people in the summer. So if you're interested in joining SHAUN Fans React, send me an email at safcfansreact@gmail.com, and I will be trying to get a couple more people, or maybe more, so add more content next season. And I might have to introduce a members only price and plan, $1.99 a month, just to help the channel moving forward. So could you please like, share and subscribe? Very much appreciated. Stay safe, have a good night, and bye for now. Take care. Ollie and Graham are on SFC Fans React. Lads, sucker blow at the end. Jesus, that could only happen to Sunderland. What's the penalty, first of all?
I thought it might have been, in all fairness. I'm not one to say usually, last minute like that, yeah, it was a penalty, but I think potentially it might have been, to be honest. I'm not sure what you think.
I didn't have a good view of it, so
didn't have a good view, so you can't come in. Look at the game. I think it's a game of terrible defending, but unbelievable attacking.
Yeah,
you've got to get the fine margins and find the middle ground where you can do a little bit of both. And I think the table just lacked. Well, we definitely lacked the defending, didn't we?
it was very much a difficult Sunderland performance. Great going forward, pretty careless at the back, gave too much of the ball away.
Yeah,
I think we're missing Ballard a lot. I think he's just an absolute rock in that defence.
Yeah.
I think missing Ballard and obviously missing Ross Stewart up front as well. It's just we're trying to play. We're still playing like we've got a 6'3" Stewart up front, putting in crosses to go to that back post where Ross would normally not have
been. That's what I'm saying. We're putting crosses in, and Gellard's not going to win them.
Gellard's what, 5'8", 5'9". It's not a typical Championship or League One kind of striker that we need, and we've had with Ross Stewart and Ellis Sims. Not at the minute for the back post, but we're still playing like we've got those kind of players. So we need to make changes.
And also, I think we're showing the effects of the things. We're losing players out of position.
I think injuries is taking its toll,
and they're making mistakes as well.
Injuries take its toll, yeah.
I don't think Gooch was particularly suited at left back. You can see he was forced onto his right foot every time, and he was out of position. I think one of their goals where he tapped in with the rebound, Gooch was well out of position. He was playing higher than Jack Clark, I think, at the time. But I think, yeah, Tri-Human had a decent game. We were trying to sort of come up with who we thought.
I think Tri-Human will come to Tri-Human for some runners there. When they scored their third goal, he should have seen that ball out. He should have seen that was a big mistake.
He thought he was going out,
but
didn't he?
look, we responded. We got back 3-3, and then we got the fourth goal. Should Clark have gotten he still on goal for 5-3? Would have killed the game. Should he scored?
Yeah, I think he should have. Yeah,
and he gave a good finish as well.
Yeah, it wasn't as easy as a chance as we might have thought it was, but I think with his quality, he should have finished that.
Yeah. It'll feel like a defeat, won't it, lads? I mean, we could have been within 4 points of the playoffs, and now it's going to be 6 with 6 games to go. It's looking a bit.
Yeah, it's a bit shaky.
Yeah, it's looking a bit
pretty disappointing. I think it was within our own hands, and yeah, it's a typical Sunderland, unfortunately.
Yeah, typical last minute.
I think this game summed up the season. Yeah.
I know we'll have a better season next season, man. It never ends, man. We'll batter him.
What was your best moment in the game?
Oh, lads.
Tough one. I think Ahmad had some really bright spells at times. Jack Clark, I'd say Jack Clark was my man of the match. I think he was really, really sharp down that left-hand side. I couldn't pinpoint it down to one, but I think, yeah, some of the Jack Clark's runs and his play cutting inside as well was really, really good.
He's a star performer as well.
Yeah, I'd say.
Jack Clark,
star performer.
How are the lads?
I think I'm pretty sure we're 6 points on the playoffs with 6 to go. Can we sneak in the playoffs?
Too much.
Massive. Too big of a push now. Yeah. But
I'd like to say yes, but it just depends on all the other teams too, really.
Show the camera his tattoo. Can he? Come. No, man, come here, man. Come here. Show the camera. Check this tattoo out. That one there. That's a good one. It's a big one. That's a good one.
This boy's a legend. A legend.
We've had a good season.
Yeah, not bad. For the first season back in the Championship, I think we're doing brilliantly, yeah.
I mean, Speakman and Harvey's got a big summer ahead, though. They need to make sure they don't make the mistakes of the January windows and the summer. I mean, I like Speakman, but he's left himself open with a striker situation in January, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't think Gallagher's a typical number 9 in my opinion. I think he's more of like a bit of a playmaker, attacking midfielder. I don't think he's, he really put in his shift today. He was running rings around the defenders as well. But I think in terms of an actual pure striker, I don't think Gallagher's sort of that player that we need to replace Stewart.
What's the expectations then for next season? Have you seen that? I know we're looking staring down the barrel a little bit, but it's been a good season. What's the expectations next season?
Ross Stewart.
What position? Where do you think we should finish next season?
Next season, at least playoffs.
It's got to be top 6. It's got to be top 6. I think.
I think definitely, yeah. We've got to try and push for the top 6, get into those playoffs.
Yeah.
In terms of players, I think we need to bring in a few more experienced, maybe Prem players who are getting towards, not their best in the Premier League, coming down to Sunderland. I think that's, the type of players we need. Someone like a James Milner or someone like a Liam Cooper from Leeds or something like that.
One last thing before you go, because I'm being pretty long. I was with Mowbray, and I keep bringing it up, but I just think in games like that, you need a manager who can just say, look, lads, let's settle down a bit, let's see the game out, let's be clever. And I just don't think he's got that. I think Alex Neil, that game there, would have won that game 100%.
Yeah, he should have more.
Better manager would have seen that game out.
Yeah,
he doesn't make the right decision at the right times.
I think he leaves it way too late for some of the subs. You see,
I'm surprised that he gets so many fans with him. I'm not saying I'm not saying he should be sacked, but I just think if we want to get back to the Premiership, he is not the man.
I don't think his managerial style is, something that's really going to push us towards playoffs and even going into the Prem if that's a possibility. I think there's definitely better men for the job.
I think the jury's out.
Right, fancy time, lads,
all right, that's great.
Right, take care. Have a good weekend, lads.
You too.
Ian, you're on SHA Fans React. Absolute sucker blow at the end. I didn't see it. Was it a penalty?
From where I was stood in the rocker end, I didn't think it was a penalty. It looked like simulation dive to make.
And lads have said there, Ekwa, clumsy Ekwa, give it away. Was it Ekwa give it away?
It looked like it was Ekwa to make. My eyes are not the best right from the south side.
Like to see it again?
When in the north stand. I will have to see it again. I just come out, but
in the game at 4-4, it's a bit of a sickening. I mean, would have put us up to 10th, and would have been like 4 points off the playoffs with 6 to go.
It is right. Well, the scoreline just kept turning around the whole game. It was just a crazy game. I mean, we always have one every season, even the Super Light. I think this was the crazy one of the season.
Yeah.
But We were sloppy at the back, they were sloppy at the back.
It was just one of them games end to end. Our defence is terrible. Theirs was terrible. We looked like scoring.
Well, bearing in mind we're only playing with half a squad.
Yeah.
Let's think about it, because we're riddled with injury.
Yeah.
They literally had a full squad. We had a half a squad.
Yeah.
We're just putting 11 people out in every game because that's all we can do at the minute, because we just haven't got our best players fit all the time. Somebody guns out injured, somebody comes back fresh.
Yeah. Do you think we deserve to win this afternoon, or do you think we've got what we deserve in the
If
end?
I'm honest, I do think we do deserve to win today.
Yeah.
I mean, we were looking great in the second half. The second half we came out square at like 2-2. Okay, yes, fair enough. Hull took the lead. We turned it around.
2-1,
We
and
were
then
still pressing for a winner.
Yeah.
We didn't give them a chance. We should have wrapped the game up, but
It's going to feel like a
but we
defeat,
hit-
isn't it?
but we hit. It is going to hit like a defeat, because we hit the woodwork just before stoppage time. We didn't hit the woodwork.
Clark had a
different
chance 4-3 hours is coming out. Should he have scored that chance when he's one with the keeper? That could have put the game to bed. Didn't bury it.
story. Should
Should
have
he
scored
have
that well.
scored?
One on one. Should have put.
Yeah,
All you had to do was just bury it.
Yeah, that's
But-
what happens, isn't it?
He bottled it.
Yeah, do you think he bottled it?
Well, yeah, that's what happens when you're playing out of position.
Yeah.
Because your best players are not in the game.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to ask people to play where they're not comfortable playing. Of course, they're going to bottle it because it's not their natural place.
How can we go from keeping a 0-0 draw at Burnley to defending like that against average Hull City side, really? What's
Two words: typical Sunderland. 2 words. That's all you can say. That's how it always. It's always the case. We put in a shift against Sheffield, against Burnley, against Luton. We're coming out with draws and everything with teams that are well above us in the league. Teams that are coming down from the Premiership with parachute payments. We're playing solid against them, but teams that are getting paid for next to out. We're playing rubbish because we're not being ruthless.
That's probably why we won't finish in the playoffs. We're 6 points in the playoffs. We can still do it. There's 6 games to go, but I just can't say it now. I think we need to win that one this afternoon.
It's too tall an order if we do get the playoffs. So why don't we just focus on getting the points that we need to survive this season?
We're definitely surviving, mate.
Well, yeah, of course we are. But why don't we just finish mid-table, see who we've got in the summer. Let's see.
So you're saying finish the season now? That's what you should be saying to the players. There's
Well,
still 6 games to go.
Well, no, obviously, you're going to want all the points you can get on the board. I mean, you want the best finishing you possibly get.
As I'm saying, if I was the manager, are we wanting us to finish the season as strong as we can to try and get in that 6th place if we could?
Well, yeah, I totally agree with you. But at the end of the day, we've got so many people out now that's out at the end of the season. We're not even if we do get to the playoffs, we've got a tough two-legged game which will take it out them even further. You get injuries there, you're going to get into Wembley, you've got another game to play there. I think because we didn't do anything in the January transfer window, we didn't ramp up enough with recruitment in January.
Do you think
It's killing us now.
Speakman and Harvey used to blame for that? Not bringing in enough players?
I do think so. I do think so. We lost Ellis Sims because he got recalled to Everton, then they sacked Lampard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't bring another striker, and only brought Geldart in. One strike on the books.
We chased a good time out against Fulham in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Ross Stewart gets stretched off after like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we've got these strikers for the season. And Gelhardt today, he scored a goal.
Yeah.
Fantastic goal, I thought. It was a great finish.
It sliced. Clark went to shoot, he sliced it and it fell to him. So he done well to finish, but we got a bit lucky. But look, we should have won that game.
But at the end of the day, he's put the ball in the net now when we're at home.
Yeah.
That'll have got the fans off his back for the rest of the game. He scored. He knows he can do it again. He can do it again.
That game to me sums up Sunderland's season. Highs and lows, and it just sums us up totally.
It does.
I mean, are you with Mowbray? I mean, that people keep on saying Sean should have about Mowbray, but
no,
look,
I am with Mowbray.
Yeah?
I am with Mowbray because he's actually getting us some cracking results.
Yeah.
And yes,
back him in the summer.
I would back him in the summer definitely. But comments in these press conferences where he says it's my job to come in and coach these young lads and develop them. It does. Okay, fair enough. I'm all for youth recruitment and youth development in our local lads. But at the end of the day, right, we need the mature players to help mature them on the pitch.
Sum that game up in one word.
Crazy.
Your best moment in the game. It's quite a few. 4 goals. What was your favourite moment?
Best moment in the game was the 4. Well, there was 4 of them actually.
And
4 times the ball went past Carl Darlow.
the dirty eye. So what was star performance this afternoon?
Star performance for me was Ahmad.
I
thought he was absolutely fantastic.
Player of the season.
I love the kid.
6 games to go. Who's been your player of the season? With 6 games to go.
Well, bear in mind there's been a load of players who've done their best for us. They've all been out on long periods, but I think consistency wise, because he's been in the team a lot, I would say Ahmad's been great. Anthony Patterson, the weight seems to be getting to him and everything.
Can Sunderland finish in the top 6? with 6 games to go. 6 points off it. It would have been 4 if we'd won. Can we finish in the top 6? Yes or no?
If we keep playing like the way we did today, then yes.
Was that defending?
Not with that kind of defending, but if we can put 4 past our keepers every Saturday, then I don't see why not.
Cheers for your time, pal. All right.
Cheers, boys.
Right, have a good night. SSA fans react. Michael Bowers. Sunderland 4, Hull City 4. Wow. How do you start with that defensive display?
What do you think I'm going to lead on with here?
Defence, keeping clean
Yes,
sheets.
that, to anyone who questions why I go on, sorry, hopefully that works. To anyone who questions why I go on, why clean sheets are massive, games like that are why. With all due respect, and this is going to sound arrogant, but I don't give 2 shits. Conceding 4 goals to Hull at home to Hull is unacceptable for me.
Yes, sir.
It's absolutely
average team, and we made them look like a good side.
And going forward, I thought at times we looked very fluent, and I think we looked very good going forward. But again, I know often a lot of people say goals win games. Well, again, we need to remember, football is not just about the offensive side of things. You need to get both of them right. If you're conceding 4 goals, then you shouldn't need to score 5 to win.
Michael, as you keep on saying, if you keep the clean sheet, if you can score a goal, you can 1-0.
Exactly. And look, I'm not saying just set out to defend and not go forward, but like just get the balance of it right. I mean, if you look at it this way, every single goal we conceded, I thought was the first
could have been prevented.
Yeah, I mean, Hull can say that about our goals, but I'm not a Hull fan. I don't care. Like for me, the first Hull goal, to be fair, whoever it was who hit it was a clean strike, and actually, fair enough, from his point of view, that's a good goal. For me, I would love to know why he had the space in the penalty box to shoot in the first place.
Yeah, should have been stopped there.
Second one, there was an element of fortune about it where Patterson saves it, and then it comes.
It's a good finish, like he did the crossbar.
It was, yeah. I mean, so I'll let the lads off with that one a little bit. But I mean, the third one, there was debate about whether the ball was out of play, and for me, having seen the replays, it wasn't.
What it was saying.
I thought it was.
Hume's got to see that ball out.
Well, exactly.
You've got to see that. If you're unsure, just keep kicking, just put it out.
Exactly, just put it out for a corner or something like that. And ultimately, that cost us there. And then the penalty, I don't know. Apparently, people are slating Pierre Eckler. I'm guessing it was him who gave it away. But
I've had different stories. A few lads today he said it was clumsy and it was definitely a penalty. Never had somebody say.
Oh no, I thought it was a penalty. I mean, I was at the other side of the ground, but I definitely did think it was a spot kick. That had not been given against us.
You see that game out, man.
Well, you have to. I mean, you made the point that Alex Neil would have probably held us out in that game, and yeah, he probably would have done.
But would have considered 4 goals either.
The only thing I would say is there was Lyndon Gooch in the back line, there was Yoko 9 in the back line, there was Danny Bart in the back line. There's enough experience there to make sure that you don't let in a 4th goal. So I think some people just tend to go on. For me, some people go on like they have absolutely no experience whatsoever, and we do. We had quite a bit of experience in that team, actually.
Lyndon Gooch, Richard was coming on.
Richard, exactly. Come on, there was enough experience on that team to make sure.
I think it's just feeble excuses when we didn't win the game, and people looking at clutching at straws to make excuses why we didn't win the game.
But I must admit, part of me, like I said, defensively, I'm absolutely raging at this, which is why Sean wanted to get us on now. But yeah, I'm absolutely raging at the fact, because going forward, I thought again, I can't criticise the lads going forward. I actually,
brilliant defensively, we looked so
forward,
dangerous.
We were great.
The 4th goal was
that 4th goal in the build-up was absolutely tremendous. Yes, but I mean, from Hull's point of view, I'd say you should defend it better. But that goal, the thing though, that I don't know if you had already gone out at this point, but Jack Clark a couple of minutes later had nearly a one-on-one chance.
I just went inside and I seen the replay, and he's got
to be hitting that target.
That would have been 5-3 game over.
But at the same, but as I keep saying, you shouldn't need to score 5 goals to make sure you win the game.
That's exactly
you can't be letting in 4 goals,
especially at home.
Yeah, exactly. The one thing I will say from a positive point of view, I'm actually delighted that Gelhardt got on the score sheet, because I'm someone that's getting, to be honest, quite fed up of people saying that he's not very good.
He deserves a bit of luck, because I felt him.
Yeah, I agree. Because again, a lot of people are going get David Wave up front. A lot of people are going on like because sometimes he's got to come deep for the ball, and then nobody's in the box, and he's got to skim past loads of players, and then try and hit. The recruitment team, to be fair, Speakman and Harvey have let him down there by not getting him the forward.
Yeah, totally agree.
And for me, it's nothing to do with him being rubbish or anything. I think a lot of people have written him off.
No, he's definitely not. I think he's got something about him. We're just not playing to his strengths at times.
The thing is, I suppose at the end of the day, he's unlucky because he was signed to play alongside Ross Stewart, and
he was, yeah.
But again, I don't want that to be an excuse for letting in 4 goals. Like at the end of the day, come on, if you can keep a clean sheet against Burnley, you should be keeping one. You should be keeping one of them.
How can you keep a clean sheet against the best side in the league?
I know exactly.
Easily the best side. How can you keep a clean sheet against the best
side
of the league?
Exactly.
4 against
I think he's going to be happier than we are. Fair enough. But yeah, I mean, and at the end of the day, we were winning twice in the game. We were winning 2-1 and 4-3 up. So no, come on, that isn't going to. So again, look.
Hull did deserve something. I think if you keep plucking away and getting something, then
yes, I suppose.
I mean, I do think that offensively, I thought we were the better team by a mile. I just think their goals were
preventable.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, again,
massive our own downfall.
Yeah. I suppose they could argue we scored one, then scored a second straight after, not long afterwards. But I just think for me, this is why you've got to get that. Look, don't get me wrong. You're not going to keep clean sheets every game, and that's an absolute fact. Of course it is. But again, funny enough, right, one of the reasons I bet you why Burnley are up there is because they don't concede as many goals.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not just about going forward. I mean, Christ, you want to look what defending does for you? Look at Lee Johnson when we're in League One. I know Sean's favourite manager ever. But my point was, we would have been clear at the top if we could learn how.
the sack.
Yeah. Oh yeah, apparently he was your fault who got the sack. It's absolute nonsense. But anyway, point is, we would have been clear top of the league in League One had we actually been able to defend. So, you know, I just think...
I'll ring KLD after this and tell him, look, that he's, you know...
Johnny will get Lee Johnson.
It's not happening.
He's saying get Lee Johnson back. There you go.
No.
You want Lee Johnson back, do you?
No.
Look, I mean, I'm also annoyed because had say results gone against us in the playoff race, I wouldn't have been as bothered. Yeah. But because if we'd won, it would have been 4 points off the top six. As you said,
this is what I'm saying.
You know, and
that game, I think, for me, we're 6 points away. With 6 to go, we've got a couple of.
You've got Cardiff, Birmingham, and Huddersfield next. If you and look, don't get me wrong. And I've said, well, I don't think playoffs will happen. But if you really want to look at it, you've got to win. You've got to win the next three. No excuses. You've got to be winning the next three. At the same time, I'm relieved that we're not going to be sucked into a relegation.
Dave will still say we're finishing the playoffs if we're 6 points adrift and we've only got 2.
Look,
we've only got one game left. What do you do?
Mathematically,
I still see
look, he's right. Mathematically, we could do, but we won't be if we keep conceding goals. So. I don't know. It's just annoying. And look, I'm saying this as someone who, it says that the teams that are top and solid defensively will win your titles. And I know I'm not saying look, we're in the mid-table of the championship. I'm not comparing Sunderland.
This is why I like Alex Nick. He made us hard to beat. I know, look, he's gone now. It's irrelevant. But I just see more.
I still hate him.
I see he's conceding. I see he's being weak and I mean, the 5 goals we conceded against Stoke, the 4 today. Yeah. We just look so vulnerable.
But the weird thing is,
that happens on the training ground as well.
The weird thing is for me that you've also got to look at the players there to a degree because we've proven we have those performances in us. Away at Norwich and away at Burnley.
Do you think it's a little bit of a bit inconsistency with the players? A little bit of
maybe. I don't know. It's one of those where for me next season. Well, one thing I will address though, next season for me we've got to be aiming to push for the top 6. And one thing that has got to improve is the home form.
The home form's been abysmal.
Oh yeah, no, it has.
And I'll tell you something now, KLD will not be happy with the home form. He will not be happy.
Look, to be fair to Mowbray, he won't be happy with the home form. But again, we've just got to make sure we get the balance right between going forward and trying to be fluid.
Come on, the lads!
We've just got to make sure we're fluent going forward, but also make sure that we don't concede silly goals because stuff like that will cost you.
Some that came at Michael in one word.
That's it.
Somebody says crazy. Roller coaster. I think this game sums up our season, doesn't it? Just what could have been and what happened.
I'll sum it up in 4 words. Clean sheets are important.
Looks laundry.
Always a pleasure, pal. Always a pleasure. Right. Go and subscribe to Michael Bowers' his channel. Yeah.
Please do.
1, 2, NC Marketing, come on, he's a boy. Tony Mowbray, 77. Get the ribbon. Get the ribbon. Tony Mowbray, 70 shop gigs. Like it's singing, booing, and the referee was a secret mark again and all that, and they're singing that. We should have won in the last minute, and the referee would take it again.
Do you think the penalty, Dave? I haven't seen it back, but there's a lot of people saying it was, and a couple of people said it wasn't. You didn't think it was a penalty?
No, took his legs.
He took his legs. Dave said he took his legs, so. Well, it is what it is. But David, if you score 4 goals in the game, you should be winning that football match. How do we not win that? How do we not win that football match?
I was disappointed in that. They should have won that game in the last couple of minutes.
What happened to your star man, Anthony Patterson?
He left one sloppy goal in and that.
He left 4 in, didn't he?
Left 4 in. What he could have kept the claim sick and that.
I was suspected there, I think.
When I was singing that, so like we've got to keep. I think we'll finish it. I'll be quite happy finishing the top 10 this season.
Top 10 this season?
Top 10 and that. So
I think we were 10th. I'm not sure where we are now, but
11th.
We're 11th now because I think that's when we're winning. When I come out, we're winning. But look at you see a top 10 this season, and I mean, but next season it's got to be top 6.
Top 6, get some better players in and if we do get in the Premiership, we'll have to get stronger players again. Because we watch it back down.
Dave, if you want to get promoted, you can't defend like that.
No, you've got to play better than that. You've got to play strong.
But his injuries cost us, Dave, though. We had a lot of injuries. People was critical of the didn't sign enough players, but we've had a lot of injuries, haven't we?
I've had loads and missing Ross Stewart and all. Ross Stewart and all the best player and all.
Corey Evans and
the top players.
you know what I mean, when Embleton was out for the season, but we've had a few injuries, haven't
We
we?
need them back soon. Like
There's a lot of bad luck in old football club, isn't there, Dave? You need to go over and get rid of that bad luck, Dave.
They say South Shields and then we get up to what next time and that.
South Shields?
Then we need to win and that's what they do well enough.
Friends with Kevin Phillips now, Dave?
Super Kev.
Two legends, I seen you, aye?
Tony Moore is my friend and Kevin Phillips, both having a fight at the other cakes. Oh, we're Super Kev, Super Tony Moore.
So, Dave, on the game today, what was your favourite goal out of the four? There were some good goals.
Jack Corbin and that.
Jack Corbin?
Jack
Clark.
Jack Clark is good in the
It was a second though conceding so late in the 95th minute.
I was good at the last minute.
How many times have we done that this season? Score so late.
Last minute goal and he should have counted singing the reparation. I know he wasn't sick with Mark like he could have thinking that.
There's 6 points from the playoffs now, Dave, with 6 games to go. Can we finish in the top 6?
I hope so. It's only the place of 6 now. It's only 4 and that, so I'll be quite happy finishing top 10.
I think Michael Bowers said that we've got Cardiff, Huddersfield, and
Birmingham next week.
The next 3 games, I think we've got to win the next 3 games.
If we go out, it depends on the results.
Who's your star performer this afternoon, Dave?
Jack Clark.
Jack Clark, he had a good. Should he have scored though, Dave? And we were 4-3 up, and he's still on goal. And if he scored, it would have been 5-3. Would have been game set match. Should he have scored there?
I should have scored. He should have scored.
That would have been this. That would have been the winner. Won this. Would you let him go in the summer if Leicester was going to give us a big bid? Would you let him go?
I'll let him keep him because he's the best goal.
You want to keep him?
If the money came in, he'd probably never. It's like what he picked with it when he came in.
We've got 30 million for Jordan. We're not going to get anywhere near that for Paxton, I would imagine, anyway. But even in today's match.
Well, keep on winning. That's the main thing.
Keep the faith, Dave. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. Is Gordon on our side? Is he on our side?
On everybody's side and all. I've been to church here, like.
You've been to church?
It's been good.
And you got the way for night?
When we haven't gone to Wigan Pier tonight,
Wigan Pier?
the Wigan side and that. And one to 3 waves and one on Saturday and then one on Sunday.
The Monkey, where's the Monkey like?
Newcastle Wigan side.
Oh, right, oh well. Right, thanks for your time, Dave.
I'll
Always a
see
pleasure.
I'll see you next week.
Watch what you're doing, aye?
God bless you.
Aye, God bless. Dave the regular is back on SSC Fans React. Dave, Jesus Christ. 4 goals at home and you still don't win. How do we not win that football match?
Just at the Michael there, that reminded me very much, although we didn't lose fortunately, of the Coventry game.
In League One, aye.
Oh, I mean, it was the first half defending was shambolic.
Shambolic, wasn't it?
How can the team that got a great draw at Burnley, the only team not to concede at Burnley, do
All
that?
season, and to go to that.
It's just pure inconsistency.
That's what I'm saying. This is what summed our season up, Dave, is that the tremendous 0-0 draw at Burnley, who's going to win away with the league, and then concede 4 games, not being disrespectful to the whole city.
No.
They've got nothing to play for.
Sky must be laughing their heads off. They've had a blinder this afternoon for the neutral.
Oh, for Newell, it's a tremendous game for Newell, but not for us, like, was it?
No, not at all. No.
Jesus, my heart was
But you never know. I mean, we even went into that stoppage time thinking, you're never sure. And the thing is, he's had a great game, by the way, but I'm not criticising him that much, but Cork should have finished it.
Aye.
He should have stood that up.
4-3 up and was 32 on goal. I'd just seen it and it looked like he was so. He should have.
He just had to skip it in. Instead, he tries to blast it in the top corner and make it go good. But, never mind.
And that Darlow, to be fair, even black and white, whatever, he saved a good few chances. I mean, one of them tipped on the post, that chance there. He nearly saved the penalty. He got his fingers to the penalty. He's a black and white. He wanted to prove something today. He hates Sunderland.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course. But, it's what it is, and you've just got to move on and say that now we're all looking for next season. But saying that, it's got to be good next season.
Yeah.
It cannot be where we're back here again.
What have we got to do next season, Dave? I mean, look at Stuart Harvey, recruitment, and Christian Speakman. They've done some great things. We're not saying that. What have they got to do next season?
Well, in the summer, we've got to bring in some key players, decent players of a decent age that will help the young kids out. Experience is a key, and that first 25 minutes, they cut us open.
Yeah.
Dan Neil played well. If he hadn't played well,
I thought he had a really good game, Dan.
Yeah,
I
he
did.
did,
I thought he played really well.
But we got overrun because what they had twigged was we would play with 4 up front, really.
Yeah.
And they just played 2 or 3. The number 24 for them, I don't know who he is. But he run the show.
Yeah, and I think you're right there. And I think what it was when you got Michaud and Neil, you got Clark and Roberts on the flanks, and they're not going to get him back.
No.
So do you know what I mean? I think that's where the weaknesses is now.
But where Gooch was great last week, he wasn't today, mind. He wasn't. I know he's not a fullback and everything, but he got turned around.
He did, didn't he? He had a power game,
And you just have to be honest. If you're going to take the good, you've got to take the bad as well.
But that's a football man's opinions.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was brilliant last week against Burnley, and he wasn't very good.
Again, that's not being horrible. And I think just saying that he just today didn't cut it, but he wasn't the only one. Defensively, we were very poor in the first half. Second half, we weren't so bad, and then I think we were panicked at the end. The ball came, it bobbled about a bit, and I think he just needed to relax. We just needed to relax. That was all.
So obviously, I've asked this a few times. I like to ask your opinion because you normally get it right, Dave. Was it a penalty?
Yes.
It was definitely a penalty.
I think so. I mean,
so?
where I was.
What was the challenge on one of their players?
It was like on the edge, just on the inside of the box, and he just seemed to.
Just sickening that, like,
just
isn't
seemed
it?
to. Aye.
Just sickening. It was 95 minutes as well, past 95.
Yeah, it was past
Do you know
95.
What I mean?
But I mean, as soon as you saw what we were going to do, they got a couple of throw-ins,
Aye,
and then they
hoofing
got
it
this
long.
one. You knew they were going to hump it long in the box.
Yeah.
And I think you can see
Panic.
Robert in the
Bit of panicking,
headlights.
yeah.
And of course, the crowd, for once, doesn't really help because they're panicking as well. You know, just hoof it anyway. Me included, by the way. Don't know. At least they didn't score when it was 3s each. We got a point out of it, but.
It's still not. I mean, you look at the tables. I think we're 11th. I think look when we're
we are. We're 11th.
So we're
I
11th.
think we're 11th,
We're 6 points off the players with 6 games to go.
Yeah.
It's not out the winner, but I think we need to win this
It's not
game.
out the window, but teams are playing well now. Cardiff won. Huddersfield are playing brilliant at the moment. You know, they've gone to Watford and won. They've won at Millwall, and you know.
This is what I'm saying, and I think it's this inconsistency is just going to be.
It is.
But look on a whole, Dave. You're looking at the season.
Yeah.
We're looking at them and thinking, what if someone could have done this and we could have done.
Yeah.
But are you happy with that? I mean,
top
10 finish.
If you say at the start of the season, we'll have Stewart missing for about 3/4 of the season.
Yeah.
We'll have Evans missing for half the season. We'll have Ballard missing for half the season, and you'll have. You came up in 5th place effectively, and you'll have 55 points. In 11th place with 5 games to go, you would have took that.
Well, that's it. This is it, Dave. And I mean, you've got to look at it. I mean, there's going to be a lot of Sun fans angry. I mean, I was when you concede a late goal like that, especially at home when you've worked so hard to get back in it 4-3. You know, many times we went behind and we come back. Well, you're thinking, we're just going to see it out, and then
you feel like that, and then you know, as you calm down, you think, well, yeah, it's disappointing, really? But. We didn't lose, I suppose.
But on a whole, you're taking the positives, Dave.
Well, I'm trying.
What was your best moment in the game?
Oh, I don't know.
I think the fourth goal was something. Was it the fourth goal? I think when the passing from.
Yeah, it was a good goal. It was a good goal. You see,
was,
Clark was in the same position there as he was for the chance.
For the metre 5.
Almost anyway, near enough.
Yeah.
And he's had a good game. That's the annoying thing, the frustrating thing. He's had a good game.
He's had a good game, but then he could have sealed the game, couldn't he?
Yeah.
This is the problem with Clark. He has got a little bit of quality, but then he missed the chance, and it's his work rate sometimes off the ball that frustrates me.
Some who are more harsh than me would say that's why he's not still at Leeds and why he's not still at Spurs.
Well, that's it. That you're not on the head, Dave.
You know, he's still a kid. He's only 21.
Mm-hmm. How many players there were from finishing the top 2 next season, or even the top 6, Dave? How many? Players on that team make a difference.
Well, it just depends. If you bring the players back who are injured, and then you can add about.
Add a couple
I think we need another goalkeeper in there. If Patterson goes, if all the
I won't be bothered.
We need 2 if he goes though.
Yeah.
And then you need another good defender with an old head like Danny Bart.
Another good midfielder, I think.
Another good midfield player and another at least one striker.
And the message to the, from the
That's the
fans
message.
is the message for the fans is to make sure we keep our players as well, because I think there's going to be a few bids in the summer, Dave, for some of our players like Clark and Roberts and Kama. I mean, there's been talks of Diallo extending another year at Sunderland because they're happy with his progress. And is he really going to get in the Man United team?
Well, he's not. But then again, there was also talk of him going to Italy as a swap for somebody else. But it's paper talk anyway. You don't know.
Yeah. A roller coaster season, Dave.
Roller coaster season.
With
exactly,
six games to go.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a nice little summer, Dave.
Well, yeah.
Always a pleasure, Dave. Always a pleasure, pal. Have a good weekend, now, mate. Stay safe. Ben is on SHA Fans React. Ben, a Hull City fan. What a football match that was from a neutral.
Game. I was just saying just before that. I've come a long way to get here. It's actually my first game for years.
Yeah.
And what a game! What a finish!
It had everything, didn't it?
Absolutely everything.
I was absolutely gutted at the end. I must admit, I thought we'd done enough to win the game. I come out and we got the 4th goal, and we should have made it 5. But the keeper Darlow was great. To be fair,
there was one save in there. I think at 3-0 when he tips it onto the post.
That's assist to the lad next to his eye. It was a trick.
What a save!
Because then we seen it, the keeper got it when I got a touch of that was gone.
Yeah.
Then it was tipped onto the post.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic save. But he said Newcastle Road to have been down to win the game. He done a lot.
He done his bit. He conceded 4.
Nearly saved the penalty though as well. He got a touch to the penalty as well.
I know.
But obviously the positives out of the game for Hull City. What was the positives for you?
It's a point. We're not in the greatest run of form at the moment. We are looking at a very nothing finish really, and so we'll take a point on the road in what was a chaotic game where towards the end we thought we'd lost it.
Yeah, but I mean, in the game, I thought you scored, took the lead. I think it was even at that point, and then we equalised and we scored with I think 2 goals in a minute, and then you got it back at 2-2.
There was 3 goals in there in 5 minutes.
I'm thinking at half time this is a chance for Mowbray, our manager, to see a localise. That defending is not acceptable.
And it was funny, as well. And it was funny as well because since Liam Senior's come as manager in November, we've prided ourselves on being really good at keeping clean sheets, keeping the goals out. Yeah. We've not conceded 4 under his management. Yeah. It was a bit unusual. It wasn't the game I was expecting, particularly with Ross Stewart out for you guys. We were missing Oscar Estepinian, Benjamin Tete. We didn't really have an out-and-out striker. So I was slightly worried, thinking it could be quite cagey, and chances might not be put away. Boy, was I wrong.
I thought your guy in the middle, it was so relaxing. I don't know his name. Black lad, small.
Jean-Mi
what a calm footballer he was.
I'd say about 4 or 5 years ago, he was being linked with Barcelona. How he's ended up in black and amber, no idea. But boy, were we thankful for him.
But what was your experience of the stadium like? I mean, I would say a lot of away fans say it was not a very good atmosphere. What was it like being in the away end? Did you enjoy it up there?
The away end atmosphere was really good, and I have to say, I was just saying to my mates over there, it does keep the noise in well. And say for this is my first time I've been to the stadium. Nice little ground, nice good ground, and it felt like 40,000.
It was
really felt like
40,000. There was talk about bringing the away fans down the low, but that's not happening now. They're staying there next season. But
it's a shame we couldn't get more. I heard that there's some sort of coin throwing.
Well, there's been a few things.
It's a shame you can get more of us in there. I
think he's made a lot of noise, but I've always said this. I think the atmosphere would improve if he was down the low tier. But look, it's not going to happen. So
no, this is it. Got to live with it.
So, what's your aspirations for next season? And do you think he's going?
Well, say it's just come out this week that we are looking to bring in 5 or 6 players over the summer, which is a slightly quieter summer than we had last year. But we're hoping that players that come in are more quality than quantity. We needed a bit of an overrun last year. We needed to get rid of some, bring some in, just go through a bit of a transition phase. Next season, I'd like to think we can push for playoffs, and I think you guys will need it.
I was just about to say, I was about to come to the question, do you think Sunderland can, like next season, do you think we've got a chance finish in the top 6?
If you can keep a hold of Ross Stewart in the summer, which do I think you will? Maybe.
Yeah.
If you can keep a hold of him and retain a lot of that squad, I think you're sure.
And just add 2 or 3, you think top. I think we haven't been a million miles with this season. I honestly think top 2. At one point we were 3rd. We're lucky these those man games.
There was one point on December, January where I truly believed you guys would finish playoffs. I thought it would be like you guys, West Brom, Borough.
And what was actually one of the mock players actually.
But it's a shame it's fallen off. I imagine Ross Stewart's been a big part of it.
It's a huge miss for Stewart to me, a huge miss. And when it was retained and Ross Stewart, and we need to try and keep some of our players and bring a lot more in the summer.
No.
But look, thanks for your time.
No problem at all. Thanks very much for having me.
Yep. Cheers out there. Have a safe journey home.
Yes, you too.